Hello, everyone. It's really a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation. And it's really an honor to share the stage with all the other established scientists, engineers, entrepreneurs, and also investors. I'm very looking forward to sharing my view about the healthcare innovation later. I am a PhD trained scientist turned venture capitalist, and healthcare innovation is always my focus. I have two biggest focus, and one is in therapeutic investment opportunities from drug discovery to commercialization stage. And second one is application of artificial intelligence in healthcare. Last year was really a tough year for most of the companies crossing all industries. However, opportunities have arisen in the healthcare sector. While the global medical system was impacted hugely by the pandemic, financing broke records in 2021 though. Let's look at some numbers. In the first half of last year, 2020, the total investment in pharmaceutical side reached 9.1 billion US dollars in the United States, which is a huge, almost a 20% increase from 7.7 billion US dollars in the same period in 2019, which reached a record high. And in the third and also fourth quarter of 2020, US biotech investment reached a record high of $11 billion. In terms of mergers and also acquisitions, the transaction volume last year also reached a new height. Also, the speed of biotech companies going public last year has also increased significantly. The total amount of funds raised by biotech company in the IPO reached 9.3 billion US dollars last year, more than twice of that in the same period in 2019. And entering 2021, this trend of capital inflows into healthcare industry will continue. And this strong trend is expected to continue in the future. With this capital support, healthcare innovation will continue to thrive. And there is also, this is also the focus of my talk, future trend in healthcare innovation. AI is revolutionizing healthcare industry, and COVID-19 has definitely accelerated this progress. One example is its huge contribution to the speed of vaccine development. Historically, the average timeline for vaccine development and also approval was like 5+ years, but the current timeline is cut to less than 1 year, which is like a fantasy for scientists, thanks to this application of AI and automation process in drug discovery process. AI also plays an important role in the process of drug target identification and validation. For instance, by using AI, we can now screen a virtual compound library that is composed of billions of molecules, and we can identify preclinical candidates in a much shorter time. It's also really important in clinical data processing. Tons of biomedical, clinical, and also patients' data can now be collected, processed, and also transformed into computational models in no time. And another big advantage of AI is it can significantly increase levels of accuracy in detecting disease. For instance, mammogram screening, which is used as a conventional method to detect breast cancer, is not as accurate, and it can miss like 20% of the cancer, the breast cancer. AI, on the other hand, can allow the analysis of mammograph 30 times faster with 99% of accuracy, which can significantly reduce the unnecessary biopsies. Even though AI can provide a solution for a lot of things, it's definitely not a magic bullet. One example I like to always talk about is the failure of IBM Watson oncology platform. This famous platform was originally developed to deliver recommendation to physicians for oncology treatment plan based on its algorithm to predict disease states. But it was abandoned eventually simply because doctors, they did not want to use them. They found it very difficult to trust the machine. For instance, when Watson gives a similar guidance to treat cancer, physicians will now see its added value. But if Watson gives a different recommendation, physicians would think it's not competent and ignore this recommendation. So the example I mentioned just demonstrate that AI is not really the solution for everything. At least at this stage, you do not expect that it can replace doctors' role in disease treatment. And when we look at AI's role in healthcare in near future, we should think about ways to improve human power instead of replacing them. There are a lot of great technologies revolutionizing healthcare industry. Earlier, we discussed the application of AI in healthcare industry. There are also other emerging technologies out there, such as gene editing and cell therapy, microfluidics, organ-on-a-chip or lab-on-a-chip technologies. Other technologies are rising rapidly as well, such as biosensor and the 3D bioprinting technologies. Another example is the DNA and RNA vaccines, like mRNA vaccine, which is now known by everyone. In addition to technology, collaboration also becomes more important. Here, we're not only talking about collaboration from geography perspective, from different part of the region or world, but we're also talking about a collaboration from different sectors. For instance, partnership between biotech companies, scientists, and also experts of medical imaging and data processing. Another future trend will be investment pattern. In the past, most investors are reluctant to invest in companies that are not from local. And now investors are more willing to look at deals that are far away. And this is definitely a good thing. Startups will have more access for the funding opportunities, and the VC will also have more diverse deal sourcing opportunities in the global range. Some investors, they also use drones to review manufacturer facilities in other locations. And I believe this investment pattern will continue even in the post-pandemic time.